Yeah. Yeah, hi, welcome back to all of you. So let's start. So what we will do, we will recap whatever we learned last week. So we configure the device with the management. We know that what is the way to configure the F5. It may be the CLI, GUI. If we have the physical box, how we can configure with the LCD panel. Okay. So these all and default IP 192.168.25. We understand why 25 and default username root and password for CLI and GUI. We have the admin and admin, right? So you guys remember or you forgot? Say yes, no. Just be interactive. Okay, don't sleep and
Yes.
okay.
We remember it.
So okay, so if we need to configure the uh, IP on the virtual box, how we can configure? Can someone tell me? If we have the new box, okay, how we can configure the management IP? Just tell me. If we have this is the BM box.
With the help of CI TM suite IP address
What is
करके
the first command once our F5 boot, okay. So what is the first command to provide the management IP?
first of all we log in on the CLI the root with the help of password
Okay,
root
okay. I log in
and
with the root and root.
वहाँ पर एक टी TM suite करके एन IP एड्रेस डाल दे.
No. So once we will log in with the root username password. Okay, we will go to config mode. Here we will write the config,
Yes, config exactly.
right?
हम्म.
After that, what will happen?
ये कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मोड में आ जाते हैं उसके बाद फिर कमांड डालेंगे.
There will be one dialog box, right?
यस.
So here what he will ask?
It will ask about the IP
Yes, it will ask you want to go with the static
and dynamic.
or dynamic, right? So we will choose whatever we need to choose. Like if we want to go with this with the dynamic, then we select yes. If we want to go with the static, then what we need to do,
Assign the IP.
right? No, and then we need to provide the IP. So first of all, I provide the IP 192.168.1.1. Then what is the next? What we need to provide?
Subnet.
Okay,
Gateway.
okay. Then what I need to do?
सेव करेंगे.
Okay, save करेंगे. What? How?
ओह याद नहीं
What
सर्च
was
करो
the
तो.
what was the command?
कमांड कमांड कमिट टीएम शूट.
No man, this is the
ये
Cisco.
टीएम ओके. टीएम सेव सिस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन.
Right? If we
गुड
are
गुड.
in the
सेव.
if we are in the bash mode or config mode.
ओके.
If we are in the TMS mode, what we need to do?
सेव सिस्टम कमिट कॉन्फ़िगर.
Save sys config only, right? So this is this is the very important commands, and we if we have received new works, we need to use every time, right? So this is the physical box. This is the LCD panel. Here the interface. Okay. Why we have the interface type like this 1.1, 2.1. What is the meaning of this? We learned last time, right? Last week.
This is the interface, sir.
Which one is the interface?
1.1, 2.1.
Okay, but it's divided into two parts. Remember?
Yes, sir. The first digit is the slot,
Okay.
and second one is the interface number. That slot.
Okay. Good. So this is the slot, or we can say module, and this is the interface, right? That's we need to like it, like sometimes in the interview, interviewer may ask, why we have two power supply,
फॉर द रिडंडेंसी, कि अगर एक फेल हो तो दूसरी चलती रहे।
right?
हाँ, क्योंकि अभी ऐसा ही हुआ था।
Okay.
रिसेंटली फेस किया था मैंने।
It's happened and what is next, what we learned last time. So with the LCD panel we discuss how we can configure, right? These are the some command. You guys write these commands somewhere or no?
No, sir.
नहीं,
You can
अभी
write
तो नहीं
if
किया।
you're interested and you want, if you're making your notes, you can write somewhere. Means it's up to you. I'm just suggesting. Okay. So if you go with the the with the notes, then you can write somewhere, and you can try these commands on your standby box only. However, these are the only the view commands, so it will not impact anything. Okay. And one more thing, if you see why here, we are using sys. You see sys everywhere. Sys means we are just going to system tab only. Okay.
यस
If we
यस।
need to go to the network tab, what we need to use? Net command. If we need to go to the local traffic, we will use LTM command, right? So we will what, yeah, we
तो
will
मतलब
definitely
फर्स्ट फर्स्ट ये वर्ड इंडिकेट करता है कि आप किस टैब के अंदर हो,
right,
किस टैब में आप जाना चाहते हो।
right. So
गॉट इट।
manage where management type is configured always in the system, right?
हम्म।
Under the platform. And if we need to configure the VLAN, VLAN कहाँ पर configure होता है? Under the network, right?
यस यस।
So that we need to understand. We will do the practical, but for the for the learning purpose, or for the interview, or for some troubleshooting, you can write down. Give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry, back. So this we understand. Erase this
सर
one.
एक पॉइंट सर मुझे पूछना था।
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल पूछो.
सर और
We
चीज तो
all
मुझे
know
क्लियर हो गई,
Hindi,
केवल जो आपने
or we all know Hindi? Parth, Suraj,
इंग्लिश।
Anurag.
यस यस, हाँ जी हाँ जी।
Okay. But we will go with mix up. तो थोड़ा मजा आता है पढ़ने में.
हम्म।
नहीं तो फिर मैं
जो
वो
दो
बोलूंगा
मोड
कि
सर आपने बताया
कहने
ना,
का तात्पर्य ये है, तो फिर वो समझ में नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. ओके, लेट्स गो.
सर सारी चीज कंफर्म हो गई थी, केवल जो दो मोड आपने बताया ना सर, डैश मोड, कॉन्फ़िग मोड,
हम्म.
सेकंड था टीएमएसएस मोड।
हम्म.
तो दोनों में सर हम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कर रहे हैं आईपी डाल के। तो
हम्म.
मतलब डिफरेंस सर, मतलब कुछ स्पेसिफिक डिफरेंस है कि कौन सी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन हमें किस कमांड में करनी है, क्या दोनों में कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, no, no. So listen, for example, you need to provide the management IP, right?
जी।
So you can't do on the TMSS mode. Config mode or bash mode basically this is the Linux, because your TMOS is based on the Linux, right? So यहाँ पर जो भी कमांड चलती है वो चलती है सारी लाइनक्स वाली। टीमोस में क्या होता है, वट एवर कमांड वी हैव in our on the TMOS, that all will be run over your TMSS mode,
Okay.
right?
So each and every configuration we can do either in the country mode or either in the EMS mode.
Right. Some command, like some configuration you can't do with the TMSH.
Okay.
Okay, you need to go with the bash mode. Okay.
ऐसा ऐसे भी कोई कमांड है
For
जो जो
example,
जो बैश
for
में चलती हो?
example, okay, for example, you need to see the date, right? Date or uptime of the device. Someone or means you got the alert that your device is down, but you are 100% sure that this device is not down. So what you will do, you will log into the device, right? And you will go to the bash mode, and what command you will write? Uptime. So you will see from since your device is up, कब से आपका device up है, right? But if you need to provide this snapshot to to the other, how you can provide? You like uptime maybe this is snapshot the you have the older one or something. So the next command you can use date. So on your screen, or what you can say snapshot, what we have uptime details, or we have also the date, right? So now this snapshot is valid. Got it? बाकी सब हम we will do in the practical, so don't worry. Okay, what are the two way we can activate the F5 license? If I have the F5 and where we have no internet access, how I can activate the license? Hmm?
ये
We
Yes,
can do
no.
the license activation through the manual process in which we take the license file from the F5 login
uh,
and we will put
what
these
what what we are saying to this file name?
dossier file.
डोजियर फाइल.
Right. That's I want to. Okay, that's answer I need. Okay, so good. So after that, where we can do the provisioning, in which tab?
System. System.
Okay. So okay, can we
To
change
get
the
the
root
dossier
and
file,
admin password
Yes, we can change.
from where?
if we have the root password, then we can change this to the
This is
GUI only. And if we
G,
have the admin password, we can
So
change the
can
root password.
we,
yeah, with the
if I
help of
ask, okay, if I ask, I have only the CLI access, right? And I need to reset the admin password.
no, we cannot.
We can't reset.
No. GUI से हम
Okay,
admin
if
और
we have
CLI दोनों
admin
कर सकते हैं.
access, okay, if
Yes,
we
yes,
have
we
admin
can.
access with GUI, can I reset the root password now?
Yes, we can reset the root as well.
Okay,
Sir, I
so
think
you
that
are
if
you are good here, but you I think forgot here. We can reset the admin password also with the CLI. Okay. If you remember, I write one command, even I reset one admin password with the modify auth
Authentication.
sys password. Then I put the password. It's ask the admin password, right? No worry, we can we can go with the practical. So if you want to whenever you have doubt, okay. So ask your question again and again, because we are all are here to learn something, right? And whatever I have, I want to give my 100% with you. Okay. I'm not saying like I'm God, but I am I have also learned lots of things. So I can like whatever I have in my bucket, I can like give you. Don't worry. So and why this option is like we have management access allow from the any specific range.
to avoid unauthorized access.
Right. I think Anurag, you doing like very good. I think you repeat or what? Okay, so the next like these are some LTM features we discuss, right? Initial intelligent load balancing application, HTTPS, one connect. I think this is not we discussed, right? We discussed till here.
Not discussed.
Yeah. So any doubt like on the old class, day one class?
नहीं
Yes,
एस
no.
एच कोई डाउट नहीं है फिलहाल तो।
Okay. So this is our today class. Okay. So today what we will cover here, we will cover here like what is node. So what is node? Can anyone like tell me if you know like what is node in the F5? Okay. So node is the
यस
like backend server, or we can say IP of the server or host name of the device where services is hosted. Services means it may be the HTTPS, it may be the HTTP, it may be the your RDP, it may be your 4443 something, right? It may be 25 SMTP, right? Means anything, your website or something. So for example, this is the your server, right? So this server like have like IP 192.168.1.10 for example, right? So this IP is basically what called node, right? Sometimes like we are adding the node with the host name, right? Instead of IP, we are not using IP, we are using only the host name. So the host name is also called node, right? So sometimes like this is the also interview question. What is the node? Like interviewer may ask like the first question, what is the node? And the second question they always asking like what is pool member, or difference between pool member or node, right? So how we need to answer? Node basically we can like answer like node is the backend server, like or we can say the IP or the host name like of the server. So only the server like whatever the IP or host name we have, we are saying node only, or we can say server, right? But if someone asks like what is the pool or pool member, so answer should be different, right? So here what is the answer? So question is like what is the pool member, right? This is the question now. So pool member is the combination of the IP address, means node, plus port, right? So what is node? 192.168.1.10 plus 443. So what this called now? Right? So you see, I have right here. So pool member is the combination of the IP address and port, or we can say services where F5 direct the traffic. Pool members can be the same IP with different port too, right? So you heard about in your company, for example, they have one server. We are considering again this server only, right? So on this server, we can use only 443 or we can use other services also.
We can use other like 1143, 80, 443.
Hmm. So that means pool member can be the same IP. We have only the one IP, okay, with different services. So for
Yes,
example, 192.168 1.10, but here service 80.
exactly.
192.168 1.10, but here service 25, right? And for example, I am creating one pool, right? This is my pool, test underscore pool. And we need the 443 services, and we need also 80 services. So what we need to do? Can we use only one pool or different pool? For every services, we need different pool.
आइडिया नहीं, वैसे मेरे ख्याल से होना तो ये चाहिए कि हर एक आईपी के बाद एक रूट पोर्ट होना चाहिए अलग अलग। एक आईपी सेम पोर्ट अलग, आईपी सेम पोर्ट अलग, ऐसा होना चाहिए।
So you
जैसे
are saying 192, 168,
192.1
1.10,
डबल फोर थ्री।
443, right?
यस।
And the 192, 168,
पर
1.10.
ये बहुत ज्यादा नहीं हो जाएगा? अगर अगर ये करना हो तो फिर F5 का मेरे ख्याल से।
No, no, listen. So
हाँ
for example, this is the 11 server. So here what I can use 80, I can use or no?
हाँ, वी कैन यूज।
No. On one pool, we can use only the same services
ओके
because
ओके ओके।
pool is directly connected to means where you're virtually sending the traffic to pool only, no? Right? So what is happening till now? This is our client. Client sending the traffic to the F5, right? On where? On the BIP, right? And BIP is F5 is sending to traffic to the pool member, right? So if what we are adding into the pool, oh sorry, BIP, we are adding only the pool, right? So that's in the all pool members have the same services. If you need the different services as well, you need, so for example, you can create this pool 443 pool underscore 80. So here you can configure the 80 services, HTTP, right? You may play with the if you want this is my BIP 172.16.1.10, and I need the two pool on this BIP. So you can play with the I rule, right? You can define the condition, but for each services, what we need to create? We need to create one pool only. right?
So in this scenario, sir, can we add the both service pool to the single IP VIP, or we need to do two different VIP, one for 443,
So
one for
BIP,
2?
if you want to use one BIP, it is also fine, right? But if you want to create the different BIP with the same IP, you can also use. So for example, this BIP you configured with the 443 port, right? And this BIP you configured the 80 port, right? Similarly, you added the pool member 443 for this one and 80 for this one, right?
मैं एक चीज समझना चाह रहा हूँ यहाँ पे।
Mm-hmm.
ये जो पूल 443 है, इसके अंदर आईपी 10 11 10 भी होगी, 10 11 20 भी होगी, 10 11 30 भी होगी, ऐसा ही मान के चलूं। और
Right,
इसके बाद जो पोर्ट होगा 443 443। एक
right.
पुल ये हो गया, दूसरा पुल
Hmm.
मेरा आया, उसमें भी आईपी 10 11 10 में 80, 10 11 20 में 80। तो एक पुल में मैं पोर्ट नंबर सेम रखूंगा पर आईपी डिफरेंट होगी। यही यही है।
बिल्कुल।
ओके ओके।
पूल टू, ये हमारा पूल टू हो गया, ठीक है। सो हेयर x.x.x.x, right? 443 x.x.x. We can say 102 443, right? Here we also using the 80. So here IP are the same, right? But only the difference between in the pool, we have the, here we are using the 443 services and here we are using the 80 service, right? Means HTTP and HTTPS. Understood? So if you see example, we have one server for example 10.1.1.10. On this server you may have the HTTP and HTTPS both service. Any doubt? Okay. What is the pool now? Right? Till now what we learn? We learn node plus service is the pool member. Right? But here what we need to understand, what is the pool? So pool, group of the pool members, the multiple node plus services. Once all combined together, it's called pool. So here in I've written pool is the group of the pool members, IP plus port, and on the single pool generally we have the same services. Maybe 443. On the other pool we can use the 80. Right? We have one pool with the HTTPS services which we can bind with the virtual server, or which we need to bind with the virtual server. Okay, I have also one question. So, okay, we will discuss this question next. If we need the HTTP services instead of the HTTPs, we can create the new pool with the HTTP. Now it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So we need to create different pool. Now the virtual. Okay. What is the virtual? What is the virtual, by the way?
Virtual IP is the IP that is accessible, but it is not configured on any specific device or interface.
Okay. So what we can say, middleman?
So it is the member of the IP that is assigned to that on-site location, but it is not configured on the device.
Okay. So virtual IP address, or we can say sometimes like we are saying VIP. Okay, is one where client, or we can say front end users are sending the traffic. So whenever this user is sending the traffic, it's sending only to the BIP, and this BIP IP is binded to always with the some DNS if it's like public hosted. For example, google.com, right? So google.com have the one IP, right? And on the back end, they have like multiple servers, or we can say pool members. So this is the the IP for the front end user, or we can say like the your website IP, whatever you want to say. What in our like general language in the IT, we are always saying virtual IP or BIP, right? We also add the pool into the virtual server so that BIP can pass the traffic to the backend node. So what we are doing under the BIP, we are adding the pool, right? Or and on the pool, but we have pool members. So how like traffic is flow? Traffic like come to client to the BIP, BIP send to the pool send to the pool members. Here like one question will come. So how like the F5 will decide that where he need to send the traffic? Can anyone tell me? So answer is,
सर अगर क्वेश्चन रिपीट करना प्लीज क्या था
so like how your F5 will decide that where F5 need to send the traffic?
ऑन वर्चुअल आईपी ऑन विच वर्चुअल आईपी
Pool member, not a virtual IP.
ओके ओके
So answer is simple, with the help of the load balancing algo. All right. This question like ask. So you can like and sometimes like people say like okay, may I know like how the traffic is flowing from client to the pool member? So we need to say like the client is sending the traffic to the BIP. On the BIP we have like the pool, and pool is sending the traffic to the pool member based on the load balancing algo. Okay. So this is the one, second, third. We can add only one pool into one virtual server as per standard configuration, right? So if you remember, like, or those are working on the F5, once you like, go to the BIP virtual server and go to the resources, right? There is only one option, like, to add the pool. You can add only one pool. So if we need to add the different pool also, so we can add with the help of I rule, right? So if we want to use two or more pool, we can use the I rule for that. right?
So this
Any
means,
question?
sir, yes, sir. Please.
Yes. Go ahead, Anurag.
This means, sir, if the client is sending the traffic on the both the port 80 or 443, so all the traffic will land to the F5. Then it will decided by the F5 that which pool uh, will actually put the traffic.
Anurag, I think you are using two system or what? I don't know.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir.
Hmm. So what is question?
If the traffic send, if virtual IP is single, if the traffic is sending, if
So
the client is
you
sending
see
the traffic,
how virtual IP is working. You need to define the service also now on the virtual. So if your virtual is configured with the 443, right? And you have the backend servers with port 80, you can send the traffic this way. And what is the next question?
if the port is 80 and virtual IP is same,
You are saying the second bit we have port 80
yes, sir.
and the backend servers also with the 80, right?
So, sir, my question is that suppose www.xyz is the site, then
Mm-hmm.
the client hit the www.xyz with
Mm-hmm.
443 or either with
Mm-hmm.
430. So this traffic will land to the single IP, VIP.
Right.
So after the landing on the F5, the F5 will decide the traffic is 443, then it will send to the this pool, and
Mm-hmm.
if the traffic is with the 80 port, then it will send to the this pool. So it
Okay.
is decided by the
So
F5.
right. So we can configure the BIP with the both 443 and 80, and F5 can decide, and F5 can pass the traffic to the pool member. Okay.
Okay.
Here I also one question also come in my mind. So your website, Pritam, please mute yourself. So for example, we have website https google.com, right? And IP is 178.8.8.8. And what port you are using here? 443, right? Because we are using HTTPS, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is your front end traffic. But here we are using the pool members with the service. Pool members is configured like that 168.1.10.80, 192.168.1.20. Now you can you let me know now your traffic will be moved to this pool or not, or pool members?
Yeah, it will move, sir.
How?
Because F5 have the capability to if the traffic is coming from HTTPS, so it can
Hmm.
forward to HTTPS either on the 80 based on the server port configuration. Pool.
Okay. So mostly what we are saying to this type of configuration, right? So what we are doing, we are using the certificate here, front end, and we are sending means from client to the BIP, we are encrypting the traffic, right?
Yes,
But from F5 to the backend, we are using the plain traffic. So here we can use also the SSL offloading. So interviewer may ask in the different way that okay, uh, first question maybe they ask what is the SSL offloading. Second, they can ask okay, can you give me the benefits or why we are using the SSL offloading? So we have to answer first of all, if interviewer asks why we are using the SSL offloading, so we are saying we are doing SSL offloading on the F5 for front end user, so that the backend servers know, means the backend servers resources we can save. Or because if you are not doing SSL offloading on the servers, that means you are not utilizing the resources, right? If you will do lots of the SSL offloading, or we can say bridging on the backend server too, so your resources will be utilized, right? It's clear or no?
नहीं सर, प्लीज एक बार एक्सप्लेन करो तो, और हमें टू और को कैसे बताना वो, मैं थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हो गया यहाँ पे ना। ये
Okay.
समझ में आ गया मुझे, बिल्कुल एकदम क्लियर है, पर एक्सप्लेन कैसे करना वो थोड़ा सा अभी मुझे।
Okay, so for example, they ask what is the SSL offloading? First question, right? So the answer from front end to F5, we are encrypting the traffic because this user is hosted in public, right? So we are encrypting the traffic with the help of SSL or the certificate. And once your traffic come to the F5, it will be decrypted, and now your plain text will be go to your from F5 to the pool member. Okay, so this user is unknown for you, right? But this area is known for you, right?
Yeah.
If someone is entered in your house, that means this person is valid, right? You can allow me. If someone the unknown coming to your home, so at your door you are asking the question from where are you, who want to meet you, or with whom you want to meet, right? So this communication will be always as a encrypted. समझ आया नहीं?
यस सर, आगे सर, जो एसएसएल अपलोडिंग का मीन सर है कि वी विल इंस्टॉल द सर्टिफिकेट इन द F5, दैट सर्टिफिकेट इज यूज्ड बाय द क्लाइंट to communicate between the client PC and the F5 for the secure
Right,
communication. Is it
right, right.
okay? Fine, fine, sir. Thank
But from F5 to pool members,
you.
ये
It
क्या
may be
होगा?
it may be
Plain
encrypted.
traffic होगा. Maybe plain traffic. Okay. But if we are using the 443 both end, okay, then it's called SSL bridging. If we are using the certificate on F5 and backend server also, and we are using the profile, client profile and server profile, right? तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा हमारा SSL bridging. We will do the configuration, don't worry, okay? बट ये क्वेश्चन बीच में अभी एकदम दिमाग में आया, इसलिए मैंने बताया. Okay, so it's clear what is the virtual, right? Virtual self as per standard configuration, we can use only one. If we want to use two or more pool, we can use the I rule. This is clear or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move forward. So this question is also asked, they can ask what is the 1 hour mode. Second question, 2 hour mode. And path, no one is asking. Okay, only these all are asking.
एन पाथ क्यों नहीं पूछते?
एंड पाथ पूछते नहीं यार, पता नहीं, मेरे इतने एक्सपीरियंस में भी नहीं पूछा किसी ने, या तो पता ही नहीं
नहीं,
है
अगर
लोगों
किसी
को.
ने पूछ,
हाँ, तो
अच्छा
वी विल डिस्कस ना.
अच्छा वो डिस्कस
हाँ,
करेंगे तो
we will discuss from theory perspective, don't worry. Okay, but no one is asking like, okay, so, but don't worry, we will discuss here. So one arm mode. So can anyone tell me like, what is one arm mode? Okay, this is the my basic scenario, right? Okay. So now what is like going on? Client is sending the traffic like traffic is coming via the firewall, right? Firewall inspecting the traffic and it's sending to like the switch, and we have like the servers connected with the switch. But now we have the requirement of the F5, right? So what I did like I just connected one cable here and I have configured my F5 here. Okay. Now I have configured the like the guinet.com here, and this website basically hosted on these three servers, one, two, three. And I have defined like one IP, like if I talked about internal, so 10.26.1.100. Now this client is like want to access like the guinet.com. So what will be the traffic flow? Client, so client like send the traffic to the firewall, right? Firewall inspect, firewall send it to the traffic to the switch. Now what switch will do? Switch will send this traffic to here or to F5, and client IP is the source and destination is the 10.26.1.100. So traffic definitely will be come to here,
Yes.
right? Now it will check, F5 will check, okay, now where is the services hosted? So traffic comes to here in that way. Now F5 will check, okay, that I have the pool member, so it will send the traffic to the switch, and switch again send the traffic to this. This is the like the real scenario, right? We are not using like the this topology that this is the client, this is the firewall directly connected, and with the firewall directly connected to the server or F5. F5 may be connected, but in between we have lots of devices, right? Maybe L2 devices, maybe L3 devices. All are agree with this? Yes, no,
Yes, sir.
question. Okay. So now like we are using only the F5 arm, only one arm, because we are using the only one interface. Traffic also coming to this interface only, and means incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. Both are going by a 1.1 interface. So only one interface we are using, right? If we have like the different topology, client, firewall, switch, okay. After switch we have like the F5. After F5 we have again the switch, and on this switch we have like the server connected. Server 1, server 2, server 3. Now what is happening, like we are using 1.1, 1.2. This interface we are using for the front end, and the other interface we are using for back end, right? So these types of deployments what called right to arms mode. So see, in this mode, only one interface of F5 load balancer is used in this method. Okay, this is the simplest to implement because we are not disturbing our existing topology, right? Virtual IP, or we can say BIP, should be in the same subnet. Servers, or we can say backend node default gateway is no F5 load balancer. It can be the router or firewall. So why this terms is come here? So for example, again client, firewall, switch, server 1, server 2, server 3, right? So now your servers already configured and they have like the IP, for example 192.168, 1.10, 1.20, 1.30 slash 24, and all our servers having the gateway of 192.168, 1.150, which is the firewall interface IP, this one. And you added like the F5 box here. So what you will do means, to use the F5, you want to like or the application owners want to like to modify this configuration on your servers? Definitely no, right? Because it may be the impact to the other application, right? So that's the reason, like we are using. So what we can say, like here we will use, what we will use here, SNet. So this is the example of one arm. Okay, so this is our client. Client send the traffic here, and it's go to the here to F5. Guys, give me 1 minute. So client traffic like comes to here and it's moved to the F5, and F5 send it to back to the pool members. So you see on these devices we have like this is the, for example, connection cable. So on this we have like pool members connected on the same like we have the our F5. F5, and these are the servers, or we can say pool members. All right. This is the two arms definition. So we use more than one interface of the F5 load balancer. Virtual IP BIP is not to be in the same subnet. Backend server is the F5 default. Backend server gateway each F5 load balancer or floating IP. So this is also like one of the other important question. What is the self IP? If you answer this, they will ask what is the floating IP. Can anyone tell me what is this self and floating IP? Okay, so self IP, like we always configuring on the F5. Self means the device IP. And we can say like if Cisco terms like it's a
Management.
IP of, no, not management. It's a IP of VLAN. Yeah, VLAN, one of like IP from the VLAN, right? But this is for the self is device IP only. Okay. And self IP is also help in the monitoring. Because the pool we have like set the monitor always like use the self IP for heartbeat. Okay. So self IP is like the device own IP, and it's also used in the monitoring. Right. Now the next question, like what is the floating IP? Okay. So for example, we have like F5 1, F5 2, right? So for example, like if I talked about Cisco perspective, so we have like core 1 and core 2, right? And we are using the HSRP here. So how our traffic is comes, and this switch like have IP like 10.26.1.51, 10.26.1.53, and the HSRP, or we can say virtual IP on switches we have 10.26.1.52. So where like traffic will be moved to this IP, this IP, or this IP?
वर्चुअल आईपी पे जाएगा.
Traffic will move to the virtual IP 52.
52, no? So in our F5, like, the floating IP also have the virtual IP. So the backend nodes only know to the floating IP, right? But when, like, floating IP will come when you have devices in
HMO.
HM. If we have a standalone device, then
Self IP.
self IP only. Right. So this is the question you can write down. Okay. Whatever, like, question I'm giving, like, I'm 100% sure, like, 90 or 95 question, like, what we are discussing, always interviewer ask. This is the two arm, like, example. Say this is for example our F5. So we are using the different interface. Now comes to your N path. So N path, or we can say, like, DSR. It's not a, like, the gas valley DSR. It's a, like, direct server return. So it's similar to one arm mode, only one interface used, right? Virtual IP also should be in the same subnet. Backend node gateway is not F5, it may be the router or firewall. In this mode, we don't use the SNet. If we will not use the SNet, what will be happen? Asymmetric routing, right? So in this mode, we don't use SNet on the F5, so traffic goes directly to the router or firewall or whatever, like, the gateway server have. Like, client IP address is retained. So, but generally, like, no one is asking, like, the question, no one is using this mode. Okay, all are using one arm or two arm. This is the example of this. See, client send the traffic. It's come to the F5. F5 send the traffic to pool member. Now pool member have the default gateway of the router, and router send traffic to the client.
Sir, this is similar to the one arm method.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So in the production department, which mode we prefer, sir? Two arm mode.
Mostly we use one arm or sometimes two arm.
So in the case of one arm, when traffic is returning from server to the client, so the source address will be the client address, the server address, or the router address, sir.
Say again. Let me return. Hold on.
Sir, actually, in the when the traffic is coming from client to the F5, source is client PC IP address, and the destination is the F5 virtual IP.
This is the client. This is the we can say firewall. This is the switch. We have, like, server 1. We have server 2. And here we have the F5. Okay. Now tell me.
So once the traffic coming from the client side, the source will be the client address, and the destination will be the F5 virtual
One
IP,
second,
right?
one second, one second, one second.
From client to server traffic.
Arvind, please one day, any day, you give us a little bit clear picture over the netting part. So little bit we are facing confusion here also.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, say again.
In the traffic mode from client to server, the source will be the client IP and the server IP will be the F5 address.
You are saying traffic, client traffic, yeah?
Yes, sir.
This
In
this is
the
the client traffic. Okay, this is the client we can say, and this is the client source. Okay, and destination is our BIP, right?
right,
Right.
right, sir. When the traffic comes to the F5, it redirect the traffic to the internal server through the
Can you
switch.
come? I am not getting your question. Say again. So you means our this is our source, client IP address is our source, and destination is the BIP, right?
Right, sir. In this
Hmm.
direction,
Hmm.
once the traffic redirect from the server, once the server responds to the client,
Hmm. Hmm.
so the source will be the server
Okay.
and the destination will be the client. So this is the asymmetric means, but it should be the when the traffic is returning from the server, the source IP
Okay.
should be the
So I
address.
think listen, listen, listen. Don't be confused. Okay. I will show you like in the lab only.
Okay.
Yeah. So because lots of confusion is coming here. So now just we are here on this part and path. So right now just keep in our mind we have three modes. One arm, two arm, and the third is N path, right? But we will discuss deep dive and we will do the lab so that we can understand, right? I don't want to create any confusion so that now comes to what is load balancing. Okay. Load balancing method is what is load balancing? So load balancing is method to distributing the workload to the available resources. Accordingly, your load balancing algo, right? So we have different type load balancing, or we can say method. So what we have static, dynamic, and failure mechanism. Mostly we use round robin ratio, okay, and sometime least connection. These four mostly people are using. Okay. So round robin simple we have server one, server two, and for example F5. So it will send one request here, the next request will be here, the third request will become here, fourth will become here, fifth here, sixth here, seventh here, eighth here, right? Okay. So let me give you the definition as well. So in the round robin, basically, okay, round robin, we always see always say sometimes error. People are saying error is the default load balancing method on the big IP. Big IP means F5 system. Each new connection is sent to the next pool member. Pool members the backend server. Round robin load balancing is method work best when all pool members are regularly equal in the processing and memory capacity and application request use the server's resource equally. So if we have this server 1 and the other server 2. Here we have 16 GB RAM. Here we have the 16 GB RAM. Same processor, for example, i7 server don't have this type. They have the Axon or this type of processor. But if in simple way i7 here means on the both servers we have the same resources. Then it's very easy, or mostly people are using the round robin. Okay, that's the reason you see here see that equal processing and memory capacity, application request or server resources. Sorry. So asymmetric routing occurs without SNET. Client IP address is not retained, changed. Okay. So just focus on these three part right now. This is the example of round robin. See, so this is the client 1, this is the client 2, 3, 4, 5. One, this client send, your request come to here. Second client send, it's come to here. Third client send, it's come to here, right? Now the next request will be come where?
First one.
This 4, right?
Yeah.
5 here. Again, 6, this one here. So people are using mostly round robin, but I'm not saying that only round robin will be used. Round robin, ratio base, people are using priority group, people are using, right? So all are using the load balancing algo as per their requirement. Next, static. Static ratio load balancing. So ratio load balancing method distributed new connection across available members in the proportion to user defined ratio. So we can define the ratio on the pool. We will discuss. It basically used where pool contain one fast server, two slow servers. Means here we don't have the equal resources, right? This server may be with the i7 16 GB and these servers may be i3 with 4 GB. The ratio can be the set to the fast server receive more connections. So we can say you can receive if we have 3 servers, these servers are i3. So we can say 50% traffic will be come to these servers and 25 this, right? So that we can manage the 100% traffic. The ratio can be set for each members or each node. Ratio mode distribute new connection in the weighted round robin pattern. Let's see the example. See, so for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how we set the ratio? We define that, okay, 3 requests come to this server, 2 requests come to this server, and 1 request come to this server, right? So this server one, the client one, send the request, it's come to this here, right? The next request will be come to the second server, and the third request come to this server. Now fourth request will be come to this server. Now fifth, where fifth can go?
Second one.
Second one? No. What we are saying? We are saying here 3 requests come.
ओके 3 to 1 सर ऐसा होगा ना कि
No. Sorry.
सेकंड
Yeah.
5 उस पे
You're
लगे
right.
उस
Sorry.
लास्ट वाले उस पे
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. So this request come to here. But now when your this again, this one is sending the request, it will become to the this one,
फर्स्ट वन यस एग्जैक्टली
right? So always 3 requests to this, one this. So that's the reason we are sending the setuping the ratio. Right? And now the the 6th request also we use. Now the 7th request will become where?
सेवन go to the one again
Hmm?
7 7 एक पे आएगी दोबारा से पर
Right.
8 पे जाएगी 2 पे हाँ ऐसे होगा
Then
फिर थर्ड वन पे जाएगी 9th वाली फिर 10th फर्स्ट पे और 11th सेकंड पे जाएगी फिर 12th दोबारा से इस तरह से
right. So you see here, if you listen, you can see 7th, 8th,
हाँ ये
9th,
येलो कलर
10th,
10 एग्जैक्टली
11th,
11
12th. It will not send the request to this one. Okay. Once 10th, 11th, right? So what we have we have 4 requests here, right? 4 divided by if we divided by 50, so we will receive only 2. 2 divided by 50, we will receive only 1, right? And 6 divided by 50, no, this will be 60, no, we can say. So that's the reason 10th, 11th. So once your 12th request will become, it will go to your server one. It's tricky, sometimes I also confuse on this one, but we need to understand.
हाँ समझिए ऐसा कुछ बैट के बाद समझ में आ गया
Right. So this is the the ratio example. Now come faster.
एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा कि जैसे अगर मेरा राउंड रोबिन में जैसे आपने कहा था कि सर्वर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन शुड बी सेम इन केस अगर मेरा सर्वर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सेम नहीं होता एक i5 और एक i7 और अगर मैं राउंड रोबिन चला रहा हूँ या चलाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ पहले बात तो मैं चला पाऊंगा या नहीं चला पाऊंगा नहीं चला भी पाता तो क्या इशू होगा और उसको अगर इशू होता फिक्स कैसे करना
You can use RR. Okay. But ये कौन बताएगा आपको कि आपको वो राउंड रोबिन नहीं करना? So let me take whiteboard. I think I need to take this question first of all. So for example, you got one request, okay, via email or any tool, whatever you are using in your environment, right? The request, what is request? Please configure the BIP or set up virtual on F5. And as a requester, they don't care the all details, they submit the request. And this request you received as a IT, right? or whatever you are using, means accessing the domain or whatever. So what question you will ask to requester? First question, what you need? You need the BIP IP, right? And you also ask this IP is binded with the DNS or not. The second question what you have, how many servers we have, right? Third question, you may ask what would be the service. One second. Sorry guys. So what we ask, BIP IP, how many servers, this service you will use SSL offloading or not, or what type of SSL you are using, right? So and this and pool members, okay. Which type of load balancing you want? You want round robin, ratio base, or priority group, right? So these questions you should have, and you need to ask the the requester that I need the answer. So because you don't know, no, you don't know that they are using this server one. What is the configuration is running on this server? Because only application team know, or your server team, maybe the Wintel, or if the server is Linux, so the Linux team. So they know only that how much resources we have, what is the capability of the server. And also we need to ask to application owner that okay, how much user will access this BIP. Any idea, maybe 100 users, 200 users, 500 users, 1500 users, and this is the internal BIP or external BIP. So those are using the F5. I think you guys know So you got your answer, or means I need to still I have no means provide your answer.
आंसर मिल गया मुझे, ये तो समझ में आ गया कि यस मेरे पास डिफरेंट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सर्वर है, तो मैं राउंड रोबिन क्रिएट कर सकता हूँ।
राइट, बट
तो
अब
अगर
आएगा
मैंने कर
इशू
दी,
क्या आएगा, राइट? द क्वेश्चन
हाँ
नेक्स्ट वर्ड, इशू क्या आएगा, राइट? सो इशू ये आएगा, फॉर एग्जांपल, सो योर नेम इज प्रीतम, राइट? Pritham have 10-year experience, and maybe Parth have the 1-year experience. You both are working in the XYG company, right? And your RM, your reporting manager know that Pritham have P for Pritham, okay, I think so Pritham have 10-year experience, and Parth have the 1-year experience. But your RM is saying no, my resources are good, both are capable, we can equally distribute the load. So is this possible? Answer is no, because Pritham know each and everything, if there is P1 come, okay, so who can handle this P1 in the easy way? Pritham only, because Pritham have the capability, Pritham have the resources, right? But Parth don't know, like, even he's like, 1 year experience and he recently joined your company, or he just like, come into the production. So if you don't have like, the good resources or something, like, now what happened, like, if you both have like, 10 year experience, so you can resolve this issue very quickly, like, within like, 30 minutes. So what Parth can do, like, he can check the monitoring, he can log the case with the vendor. Okay. And Parth maybe like, just join the bridge. Like, so you are handling the technical part, and Parth is also like, good knowledge, so he's accessing like, the management and all. So you understand or no? Or I need to like, define, means explain the
नहीं समझ में आ गया
your
कि अगर होगा
in your
आरआर तो
yeah. So this
आरआर हमारा
server, like,
सक्सेसफुल
yeah, this server has the capability to accept 100 connection, and this have like, the 50. But on this server, like, we received 70 connection. So the server will perform fast or slow? Definitely slow, right? तो जब स्लो रिस्पॉन्स करेगा, तो जो क्लाइंट होगा उसको क्या रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा? स्लो.
चलो मिलेगा
So client will be happy or
नो
it will be sad?
व्हाट इफ मतलब इस कंडीशन में राउंड रोबिन काम तो करेगी लेकिन क्लाइंट के पास कनेक्शन बहुत स्लो जाएगा और वो
Right. So I think we can take like, a little break.
श्योर श्योर
Agree or
एग्री सर वैसे क्लास अभी कितने बजे तक और चलेगी
or like, can we bind up this class today, like, till now, if you all are agree?
एज इज बस इससे पहले मेरा एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा
हम्म.
अगर पूछ लूं तो भी
बिल्कुल
हम
पूछो यार.
F5 में CSR जनरेट कर सकते हैं अगर करते हैं तो कैसे
CSR जनरेट कर सकते हो, सिस्टम में जाके सर्टिफिकेट के अंदर CSR आपको जनरेट करनी होगी.
एक बार प्लीज दिखाओगे कहाँ पे जाके अगर आप अपने लोगों कर रहे थे
Hmm. Okay, so these devices will take some times, like, to start. So till the time, like, we
हाँ
can
जब
take some
जब
break.
जब तक हम ब्रेक ले लेते हैं ना
Right, right.
ठीक है
So take like, some break, and we will like, come back.
श्योर
Okay. Okay. Hey, hi guys, I'm back. So
Yes.
let me share my screen. X. So till the time, like means if it's like loading. So whatever like we are learning, so it's like you guys are able to understand or means any issue, and you guys get the access of the lab or not?
Yes, sir. All the things is clear. I need to be access the lab. And one more thing, sir. Last time, sir, आपने वो F5 पे सर मेरा अकाउंट बनवाया था,
Mm-hmm.
तो इट इज स्टिल शोइंग कि अप्रूवल होल्ड पे है सर। तो कल सर एक बार मैंने
Okay,
तीन ईमेल एड्रेस सर यूज किए थे, तो सारे के सारे सर होल्ड पे दिखा रहा है, तो मे बी डेट आई एम डूइंग सम रॉन्ग थिंग।
okay, we'll discuss, no problem. एट द एंड ना हमें समझ में आना चाहिए जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, राइट? तो बस वो मेरा कंसर्न था कि मतलब कुछ भी हमें डिस्कस करना है तो वो प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। What was the password of this admin GUINET? Okay, so I'm just like resetting the password. So who is saying like the password we can reset? So modify auth password admin. So we are resetting the admin password. Okay. So device certificate. This is the older version we are using here. Subject alternative SSL certificate list. So create. See, here we can create
अरे यहाँ तो हम SSL सर्टिफिकेट
SSL
क्रिएट कर रहे हैं।
certificate. एक
हाँ, सर एक
सेकेंड,
बार वहीं जाना वापसी डिवाइस वहाँ पर देखना जरा सिस्टम में जाने के बाद
डिवाइस
दोबारा
का है वो, एक मिनट
एक बार
लेट मी, हाँ हाँ कर सर्टिफिकेट, दिस
डिवाइस
इज द ओल्डर
सर्टिफिकेट
वर्जन ना।
यस डिवाइस सर्टिफिकेट नीचे
डिवाइस
देखना
सर्टिफिकेट साइनिंग रिक्वेस्ट।
रिक्वेस्ट
हाँ तो
CSR
मतलब काइंड ऑफ ऐसे ही होगा बट ये पुराना वर्जन हो रहा है काफी। डिवाइस सर्टिफिकेट, there is one option here, this is the version 12 no? There should be one option also, SSL certificate. This is the device. This is regarding device only. Okay, so device. Data group file SSL certificate. Let me see if we can do create. This is the SSL certificate, self certificate, and certificate authority. And the other version we have the good, like, let me see if I can open up my lab.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, if you are can you can share. Let me make you host. Okay.
Mhm.
Suraj.
Pritam.
Oh, sorry, Pritam. Make co-host. Yes. Yes, you can share now.
और सिस्टम में आके मैंने
Mm-hmm.
डिवाइस सर्टिफिकेट मैनेजमेंट एंड
Mm-hmm.
डी डिवाइस सर्टिफिकेट साइनिंग रिक्वेस्ट,
No, no,
यही है
this is
क्या?
the no. This is the device CSR है ना ये.
हम्म।
यहाँ पर क्लिक करना.
हाँ, ये क्लिक किया हुआ तो सामने ही आया क्रिएट करने का।
राइट राइट में इसमें क्रिएट का ऑप्शन होगा. क्रिएट या
ये रहा।
हाँ
हाँ
हाँ हाँ हाँ सर्वर CSR है ना. करो करो.
हाँ।
यहाँ पर.
तो हाँ,
हाँ.
यहाँ पर मुझे
सेल्फ
सेल्फ का मैं कब यूज करूंगा?
self when we will use like when we are creating the certificate on the locally. देखो सेल्फ क्या है मतलब आप खुद इस CSR के बिहाफ पे आप खुद सर्टिफिकेट क्रिएट कर सकते हो राइट. और व्हेन यू विल यूज द यू कैन यूज लाइक इसोर में जाओ उसमें दूसरा अथॉरिटी ऑप्शन आ रहा है ना. उसमें क्या होता है हमारे जैसे गोड आईडी या किसी के लिए किसी से हमें सर्टिफिकेट कराना है तब उसके लिए हम ये सर्टिफिकेट अथॉरिटी यूज करते हैं.
हाँ, वैसे मैंने गोडेडी से लिया हुआ सर्टिफिकेट, तो
हाँ
उसके लिए ये यूज करूंगा ना?
CSR वाला. हाँ
ठीक है।
सर्टिफिकेट अथॉरिटी.
यहाँ पर आएगा, यहाँ पर फिर मेरा एक जो
ये
मेरा डोमेन।
कॉमन नेम फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक नो नो कॉमन नेम आपका आएगा सिर्फ इतना HTTPS नहीं आएगा.
ओके ओके,
लाइक
जो
www.google.com होता है तो google.com आएगा ओनली.
ओके, यहाँ पे नेम होगा, यहाँ पे नेम
हाँ
होगा,
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन
यहाँ पे
या लोकेलिटी आपका हो
लोकल
गया
जो
जो
भी
भी.
है, ठीक
हाँ
है।
स्टेट हो गया
कंट्री।
कंट्री हो गया. यहाँ
ओके।
पर ईमेल एड्रेस आप डाल सकते हैं. ईमेल
ठीक है।
एड्रेस आप जैसे अपनी कंपनी का आपका अपना डालना है या पूरा
हम्म।
DL कोई है आपके पास वो डाल
वो
सकते हैं.
ठीक ठीक ठीक।
ठीक है.
उसके बाद
नेक्स्ट इज सब्जेक्ट अल्टरनेटिव. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
ओके।
ठीक है तो मल्टीपल DNS हैं तो यहाँ पर आपको सेंड डालने पड़ेंगे.
सॉरी, यहाँ पे
मल्टीपल अगर आपके डोमेन है ना जैसे गूगल.com में फिर आपका कुछ और भी है
ओके।
सर्वर का आपने एक सैन दे दिया. तो
हम्म।
मल्टीपल जब यहाँ पर देंगे तो एक सैन डालने के बाद कोमा लगाएंगे स्पेस देंगे दूसरा लिख देंगे गूगल.com कोमा. हाँ facebook.com. राइट.
ओके।
दैट द वे.
एंड देन क्रिएट और
देन
फिनिश।
करिए. हाँ बट
ठीक।
इसमें ना सबसे पहले आप की क्रिएट करेंगे CSR क्रिएट करने से पहले.
वो कहाँ से होगी?
बैक जाओ वहीं पे की का ऑप्शन भी होगा एक. सर्टिफिकेट मैनेजमेंट
ओके
डिवाइस की. या
ओके ओके। तो ये मुझे CSR की मुझे देनी होगी,
हम्म. नहीं
जो भी
की नहीं
मुझे।
देनी होती है.
अच्छा।
वी नीड टू ऑलवेज प्रोवाइड द CSR ओनली.
ओके। की और फिर की
की
को।
की हमारा तब यूज होगा वेन एवर वी आर इम्पोर्टिंग द सर्टिफिकेट इनटू द डिवाइस और वी आर एडिंग टू डिवाइस.
ओके।
लाइक इफ आई रिमेम्बर करेक्ट लास्ट वीक आपका सेम क्वेश्चन था कि की कौन देगा.
मैं देखो एक हफ्ते से ही हेट का हूँ, आगे नहीं
हाँ.
बढ़ा, आपका वेट कर रहा था।
नहीं नहीं नहीं. So like if you have any like this type of question you can like write the email to me on the learn
हम्म,
f5lb@gmail.com.
ठीक ठीक ठीक,
ठीक है.
F5
हाँ learn f5lb.
आप प्लीज राइट कर सकते हो? मैं
Let me give you the.
ओके फॉर इट।
कुछ होता है मे बी लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल सो दैट यू कांट वेट लाइक द होल वीक लाइक. ओके.
ठीक है, मैं एक बार ये करके फिर देखता हूँ, कुछ होता तो आपको बताऊंगा।
नो प्रॉब्लम.
अच्छा, कल हम क्लास ले रहे हैं क्या?
डेफिनेटली.
ओके। ठीक है, क्योंकि कल एक्चुअली मेरी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, आज मैं ऑफिस में हूँ, कल भी
हाँ।
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम से ऑफिस आना है, तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली कल मैं शायद स्टैंड बाई ही रहूँ। अगर इट इज पॉसिबल टू हम नेक्स्ट वीक से अगर कंटिन्यू कर सकें, दैट वुड
No,
बी
no.
गुड फॉर
So
मी।
it's not like, it's not my call. We need to discuss with all.
ओके, नो इशू, नो इशू।
Yeah.
क्योंकि
Because
आपकी जो,
we,
मैं एक भी मिस नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि आप बहुत डीपली और अच्छे से पढ़ा रहे हो, तो वही के
thanks
में
for
डाउट,
like,
हाँ।
this,
यस, तो मैं,
because we like, we trainer our hungers for appreciation and all. So, but yeah, that's like, my commitment, like, whatever, like, I have, whatever I have learned, whatever I have experienced. Okay. I will definitely like, share my 100% like, with you guys. And like, in future, like, we have like an question or something, we can ask, no problem. So who is joined with like, Hirak Deka? So you joined right now or what? Can you unmute yourself, Hirak? Don't know who is Hirak. Okay, so any other question? Anurag, Suraj?
Yeah, I have two, three things to say that.
कौन सा है?
Can you give me little bit insight of netting? So because the netting is important, netting plays important role in F5.
So it's not a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, in little bit, yeah, yeah. Because
So
if, yeah,
I don't want to give like, Adha Adhura Gyan. So
mm-hmm.
once like, this topic will come, we will like, discuss deep dive.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, means
Because
the netting is in our syllabus. It means you are covering that
yes,
portion.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, because I also means I have worked over the A10 load balancers, but little bit I quite facing at that time when I was doing some means any means configuring the service group or the service things. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I told it. And one thing more, could you share with something the study material in the PDF so that we could read it, and before when we means when we come to the class we should have the means good insight about the what the topics we are doing
Mm,
in PDF
so
sorts
I
of
have
what.
not created any PDF till now. Like, I'm just preparing. So if you see
Mm.
my notes, no, so these are
Mm.
not bookish notes. Okay.
Yes,
These
yes,
are
I
like,
can see
notes,
that.
whatever like, comes in my mind. So I like, write the notes in that way.
Okay, okay.
So these are
No,
not a
because
book
yes,
language or something, but yeah,
yes, yes,
no
because
problem. Like, I can discuss with like, the Parth or the
so
counselor.
yeah, 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 yeah. It means at least we have something to study about the PDF, because sometimes what happen no, if we come well prepared after studying here, and then it will give me good picture and we can have the interactive sessions here.
I will like, find like, one standard PDF for you guys.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
But actually, I want to like, go with like, the like, tab by tab, or we can say module, not module, but yeah, like, options, like, we have the system. So first of all, I want to cover like, one thing, like system we covered, then we
Hmm.
covered network, then we covered LTM. So in that way, I want to go, so that like,
Okay.
you clear like, at least first
Yes, yes, yes.
application.
That is I understood it, because what happened now, little bit means I am working here as as an associate solution, so little bit I am facing some sim. So I
Okay.
want to, yeah, little
In
bit.
which company you are working?
I am currently working in Tech Mahindra.
Tech Mahindra. Okay. No problem.
Mhm.
So like, I will like, let me see like, how I can provide, or like, which type of documents I can provide.
Mm.
Because whatever like, I will provide, like, it should be like, the valuable document.
Yes, 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 yes.
Otherwise, this is not a benefit that I am sharing anything like, to you, and this is just wastage for your time, my time, and all.
No, means if we get the insights about, look, we could not refer the books because it's each and every topic it's view hectic for us. It's
Right, right.
after nine
No
hours.
one is
Yeah.
using books here.
Yes,
Nowadays,
yes.
no
So
one is
that
using.
so yeah.
पंद्रह
So
सौ
that's
पंद्रह
why
सौ
I told.
पेज की बुक होती है, कौन पढ़ता है इतना, दिमाग खराब है।
Like, I have like, in my drawer, like, Cisco CCNA, CCNP books. Even though I just like,
I,
buy
मेरे
only.
साथ भी वही है, मेरे साथ भी वही
uh,
है, मतलब 48 हो गया, सिस्को हो गया, इसके बाद इनके हिसाब से करते जाओ, इनका फिर भी क्लाइंट का एक्सपेक्टेशन कम नहीं होता है।
नहीं होता है। एक्चुअली क्या होता
अभी
है ना,
मेरा एक नया,
सो
हाँ
बुकेस नॉलेज और प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज ना बिल्कुल डिफरेंट हो जाता है। एक
हम्म।
एक टाइम पर आके, राइट?
हाँ, अभी जैसे
बुकिश
भी मेरा
नॉलेज
नया
आपको
क्लाइंट मिला है।
इंटरव्यू क्लियर करा सकता है, आपका
हम्म।
आपको काम नहीं करा सकता है।
हाँ, वो चीज है थोड़ा सा। और क्या है कि हम लोग थोड़ा सा है तो हमें समझने में आसानी होता है टॉपिक्स वाइज में। नहीं, अभी
राइट।
जैसे मेरा नया
अभी
क्लाइंट मिला
अगर
है ना।
मैं फॉर एग्जांपल वट एवर वी हैव लर्न टिल नाउ, अगर मैं इसकी बुक की बात करूँ ना, तो 4 दिन में भी हम लोग नहीं पढ़ पाएंगे। 4 दिन का मतलब हो गया
मतलब
4 चौक 16, 10-15 घंटे
एक
में भी
महीने।
नहीं पढ़ाएंगे,
हम्म,
राइट? So
हाँ, वो
whatever
चीज है।
we are discussing like the whatever we will use, or like day to day use.
हम्म। नहीं, इसीलिए इसीलिए मैंने अरविंद आपसे बोला कि थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि थोड़ा ना क्लाइंट का एक ना एक अजब अजीब ही। अभी जैसे मेरा नया क्लाइंट मिला हुआ है, अभी कैटलॉग मिला है नया, उनका तो अभी मतलब ऐसे 3 दिसंबर से काम स्टार्ट होना है।
I
मतलब
am
थैंक्स टू ऑल
also
पीपल।
managing
हाँ।
one of the client.
हम्म।
Okay, and we
हम्म।
have 230 F5s.
और
Okay, and we have 50 something NetScaler. Okay, and in my
बहुत बड़ा
environment,
नेटवर्क है देख रहा
the
हूँ।
migration and the upgradation is going on. Okay, and this is the internal thing. We don't have enough resources, and management is not agreed to buy the resources from my market. वो बोल रहे हैं इनसे काम चलाओ,
वो चीजें दिक्कत हो रही है। जैसे मैं
राइट?
भी अब स्किल्स वगैरह अपग्रेड करके मैं भी यहाँ से निकलना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि टेकम में भी मैं ज्वाइन किया हूँ ना, तो बहुत मतलब वर्क प्रेशर बिल्कुल मतलब आराम से है। मतलब महीने में 12 दिन जाओ, कहीं से भी कर लो जॉब। तो मैं तो अटेंडेंस लगा के रूम पे आकर के बैठ जाता हूँ, यहीं से मतलब कर देखता हूँ सब चीजों का। चीजों का थोड़ा सा
डोंट
ये
शेयर
है।
विद okay, so I
नहीं,
need
शेयर
to
करने के
help to
बाद।
create F5 account to generate the license key and F5 VM. So Anurag, you can create now.
सर वो लास्ट वीक में सर स्क्रीन शेयर करके
If
मैंने post
so,
किया
so
था ना।
what you can do, this time, whenever you will use the this way, to generate the license key, use mobile data.
ओके
Sometimes, if you are using the same IP, okay, so they are not providing generally.
ओके सर।
F5 is very intelligent company, okay, they know where your request is generating. तो वो साला सारा पता कर लेते हैं, तो that's the reason. So use mobile internet,
ओके
okay. It will be approved, or you can get the quick response.
ठीक है सर, आज मैं ट्राई
And
करता हूँ।
Monday, mostly they have off. So if you want to, you can you can raise your request today or tomorrow, Saturday,
ओके
Sunday.
थैंक्स।
Okay. And you all, just talk to your counselor and, ask them to provide the lab access, because we will start lab. Okay. So I don't want, that I'm doing only lab and you guys, just seeing. I will also see your lab, or I want to, ask that, see your lab and just show me the configuration and, draw this type of topology. Okay, so that's the reason I'm saying you guys need to ask to counselor to provide the lab access and all, right?
Sure.
Okay, I think we are good for today. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow 9:30
हाँ,
with
थैंक
the
यू।
new topic and all.
हाँ, थैंक यू अरविंद।
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good
थैंक
day.
Good day.